Welcome back and Happy New Year. We had a short hiatus from Selling Montana, but we are back and we have a different segment today for this episode. We're going to do some interviews about ourselves. And I think, who should we start with? I think we should start with... Should we do eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe? I think let's start with Stephanie.
Oh, great. So excited to talk about myself. Well, somebody brought it to our attention that we have never done Interview the Host.
Yeah.
So we have to...
We have
know
not.
You're all dying to get to know us more.
Totally.
So, Stephanie, tell us about yourself. You're born and raised in Montana.
I am.
So you're a Montana girl.
4th generation here in the Valley, 5th generation Montanan.
That is hard to come by these days.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how far back that goes.
My great-grandma grew up in Butte. Great-great-grandma grew up in Butte.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I'm 4th generation here.
When did your family move to the Valley?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that question.
Ooh.
It was when my... Ooh, I don't want to say it wrong because then all my cousins that watch this are going to be like...
You don't know your heritage. Shame on you.
I know. It is crazy. I have a second cousin that went to school to be... where they film movies, like a filmographer or whatever, and he did a whole movie for his senior thesis on our family
Family heritage.
But do you think I've watched it? No.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm sure he can send you the file and you can catch up.
Totally. Totally.
So, when did you move to Kalispell area?
Oh, I'm born and raised here.
You were born and raised here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
4th generation in the Flathead Valley.
okay.
Yep.
So, where'd you go to school?
I went to Flathead High School.
You went to Flathead. Okay.
Yeah.
When'd you graduate?
2006. It's really cool. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's really cool. My daughter just started at Flathead High School. So she's 5th generation to go to Flathead.
Flathead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
that's impressive.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then you're a Missoula girl.
Yes. No,
You didn't go to
U of M. Yeah. Oh, wait, I thought you meant did I move from Missoula?
No,
Sorry
you went
about
to college in Missoula, right?
No.
You didn't?
I didn't. So actually, my grandparents met at U of M. They went to school there, both of them. My parents met at U of M. Both went to school there. Both got engaged there.
Oh.
Everything. And my grandpa played for the Grizz when they were like Leatherheads.
That's right.
And so
yeah.
I was a single mom when I went to college. And so I went to University of Great Falls through FECC. I got a 4-year degree in teaching.
Okay.
I didn't know you had a teaching degree.
I do.
I forget. I did forget that.
I can't decide what I want to be when I grow up.
We don't even know everything about each other.
You're such a diehard. You and Luke are like diehard Grizz people. So I just assumed naturally that you went to.
No, it's because my grandpa used to own the first Buick dealership in the Valley, Corn Buick.
Yeah.
And now it's illegal to do this, but he used to trade tickets to the basketball games, football games, everything there. And he'd give all the head coaches and the athletic director of U of M a leased car for the year for free. And so we got like front row tickets to everything. Mm-hmm. So I've been going to all Grizz games, basketball, football, all that since I was probably 5. And I can probably count on 2 hands how many regular season games I've missed in my life.
And now you take us.
And now I take you guys because it's fun. But no, actually, Luke was a Bobcat fan when I met him, and I literally made him convert before.
Him. Yeah. Now he's a diehard.
And now he's diehard. Yeah,
he's
just
screaming
at him.
It's hilarious to watch at the games, like all his famous motions.
It's so funny. Yeah, like right in your face.
Yeah, I have more fun watching him than
watching the game. Yeah.
Everyone that sits around us would agree with you. Yeah. But he does not like me telling people that he used to be a Bobcat fan, but it's really funny.
For shame.
Well, it's public now, so.
It's public now. It's on record. Sorry
bud.
It. But yeah.
All right. Well, tell us. You're not a teacher. Did you ever work in teaching?
I did. I worked at Glacier High School. And had seniors and freshmen and juniors, and I think I cried every day I went to work.
I could not.
That's horrible, but
what years did you work there?
So I did my student teaching and everything there too. I were back in 2010, 2011.
Okay, so we just missed you.
I know. I was
Yeah.
like,
we
wait a
graduated in
second.
2009. Yeah.
Yep. So, it was,
So Stephanie is the oldest.
Michael Hamblin. Michael, I think, is like 27. I think he was a junior. Or no, wait, he's 28. He was a junior. I taught him. So, and it's funny because now we're friends with him. But,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So, and I went to school. I'm a person that you've always said I'm like really empathetic and I take on people's emotions.
Yep.
And I'd go to school and see like, there'd be like this 18-year-old kid that would come into school and had like a bruised face and she was trying to hide it. And I was like, what's going on? And she's like, well, my mom took a frying pan to my face last night.
Oh, my God.
And like CPS won't do anything because they're 18 and they're about to graduate. Or about to turn 18.
Yeah.
So I just like would cry about that stuff. But then there's the kids that would stand up in class and be like, you're a F in this and F in that.
Oh,
And
gosh.
no.
I don't know
like,
how
because I was
teachers do it.
so young too. I wasn't much older than them.
They weren't
You're like, they
intimidated by
don't
you.
respect your, they're not
No.
intimidated. Yeah.
No. Like, okay, you're wasting my time. I'm keeping you 5 minutes into lunch. Like, you can sit here. Oh, you're the biggest, blah, 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 blah. Like, I can't do this. It's too much.
I don't know how anyone teaches, let alone like high school or junior high.
No.
Either one.
No way. No.
Not for the faint of
I
heart.
am not made for that. I would coach. So I coached actually for Glacier's travel teams for 7 years for volleyball. I would do that like in a heartbeat. I actually have thought about after Sailor graduates going back and doing that. But if I could get a job doing that. But yeah, teaching is not for me.
No. That's not for any of us. I think we're all in the spots where we need to be in real estate.
No.
But
Yeah. I think,
Right.
this is finally the job I could do the rest of my life for sure.
Yep. Same. So, where was your next step from teaching?
Teaching. So actually rewind a little bit, like 3 days after I graduated high school, I went to school to become a nail tech and I got my license by fall after I graduated. And I worked for a year in a salon and decided I was like, I can't stand this job. I was also like, I think I went from high school to like being really serious. And I'm like, I didn't get any chance to like have fun and
So your wild oats.
So you're
so my wild oats. So then I decided to, when I was working in the salon, I started my teaching degree. And so after I tried teaching, I was like, why did I ever quit? And at this time I'd had Selah and she's 2 years old. And I'm like, why did I ever quit doing that? I could make my own schedule. I could charge what I need to cover my materials and cover my time and all the things. So I went back to doing nails and did that for 15 years. Yeah.
And owned a salon.
And owned a
And then
salon.
you bought the salon that you worked for,
Yes.
right?
Yep. So I worked at a couple of salons before, but 2010 I started working at Rage Salon. It was spelled R-A-J. And I started there on their third day being open. And
Wow.
yeah, they started out in Evergreen in a little house across from Super One. There was two owners, Rhonda and Joni, so that's why it's R-A-J, Rhonda and Joni. And they didn't like the
Interesting.
Indian pronunciation of Raj, and so they're like, we want to be all the rage on Highway 2. Like, so that's how they decided to pronounce it. And fast forward, the owners started having health issues, and like one needed a brain surgery and all these things. So they approached me and said, hey, can you at first they're like, can you manage? You're here the most, you've been here the longest. Could you manage? And at this time we'd moved to the location by the liquor store by Smith's. And I was like, yeah, I can. And they're like, but will you manage and eventually buy it from us? And I was like, had to think about that for a while, and I decided to take it. And then I just managed until I could buy it in 2015. And then I bought it with 4 employees. And
So you had 3 other partners.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were working for me, not partner. But yeah, they were independent
Okay, I misunderstood. You
contractors.
said 4. You bought it with 4 other.
Oh yeah, well I bought it and it had 4.
It had 4
other,
others. Okay.
Yeah, booth renters at the time, and then in 5 years I grew it to 14 employees, and someone approached me, Jessica Sweeney approached me right before COVID hit in November of 2019, and asked if it was for sale, and I was like, no, it's not for sale. And my husband was like, why don't you think about this? Do you want to be, at the time, I mean, I was working 8 a.m. till 8 p.m, breaking my back to make 50, 60 grand a year.
Yeah.
And managing a staff, and I'd be at the salon like cleaning and picking up after people and, advertising and all the things, and just fall asleep at the house on the couch at 11 p.m. or whatever. And I wouldn't get home till 10. I'm just like missing out on my family's life. So my husband was like, you need to think about this and pray about it, because do you want to sell it at the top of its game or when it's falling apart and you're tired? And so
you want to be like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You want to end at the height.
Yeah. And at the height. Totally. So I was going on a girls trip, and the next day I felt like everything went wrong. The water heater went out at the salon, all while I'm out of state. Water heater went out, phone quit working, and those two things had never happened in the 5 years that I owned it. Like all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, God, I get it.
Yeah.
So I called her, and we closed on January 1st, 2020.
Oh.
And I was like, what do I do with my life from here? Like, I was like, what? I learned really quickly I could not work for someone else.
Yeah.
After
once
I
you've been
sold it.
Once you've been self-employed, you're completely
There's no way.
unemployable.
Yeah.
That's true.
No.
Yeah.
So I stayed all through COVID and everything, and I was like, what do I do that I can keep my same clientele that I worked so hard to build, keep the same relationships, because that was most important, and work till I'm 70 if I had to, and create my own schedule, and not like have a boss but not have a boss.
Right.
And I'm like, insurance or real estate? I got to sell something I believe in, so I'm going with real estate.
Glad you went real estate.
Yeah, me too. I would be so unhappy in insurance, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are good at
Some
it. but-
some people are fantastic at it.
Yeah.
Our friend John Shaw,
Yeah.
seems to do
he's
very
awesome.
well. That's his thing.
Totally.
He because he was in real estate before.
Yeah.
He was-
Him and
he
I-
was-
true, I
he was a
forgot.
realtor.
He still has
We
his
were at the same
license,
office for
actually.
a while.
That's true. I didn't think
forget
about that.
Yeah.
He uses it just to like buy houses for himself now. he
Himself,
said.
yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
it's not for everyone, but
No.
for some people, it's exactly what it's it's
What it
perfect
needs
for.
to be.
for
Yeah.
them, yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
turning like, I'm like so hot and my
Are
hands
you?
are freezing because I hate talking about myself.
Trying to keep you going.
Yeah, you're doing good. That's fine.
So, when did I meet you? I met you in 2000,
Whenever Tanya was 11.
2016, 2017. Maybe
How old is
before
she
then.
now? 22?
She's 21.
21? So 10 years ago.
10 years ago. So 2010.
2010.
2012.
12.
Sorry, 20.
I was like,
oh
what?
man,
Or
2012.
13? We're all off.
Oh man, yeah, 2013. Then
You know you're getting old when.
Yeah.
I'm still living in 2020, man.
Oh, God.
think
That was
every-
a bad year.
I think everyone, ever since 2020, everyone's like, what year is it? What day
Yeah,
is it?
yeah. Are we still
No,
wearing
how is
masks?
it?
No, we're
Yeah.
not wearing masks anymore.
How
All
is
right.
it 23 now?
Yeah.
Like, that's just insane. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the time just kind of went crazy there for the last 2 years.
Literally.
Yeah. So you guys met in 2012
So we-
or 13.
2012, 2013,
Yeah.
right around in there. Because I think you were, because I owned Club Bed at
Yep.
the time.
It was whenever you guys were opening it. What year was that?
That was
20.
that was it. That's when I bought it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Then that's when I met you.
yeah, that's when we met. And you were like, I think you'd called me one time about buying one of my tanning beds or something. And then you never,
Yeah.
you
I was
changed your
going
mind.
to-
And yeah.
So I forgot about that because I had so many people calling and asking.
Yeah.
And what made me decide against it is the building that we were in, that salon is still in. The wiring and everything is literally from 1955.
Yeah.
Like a fire hazard waiting to happen.
Oh my gosh.
So I would have had to update the electrical, and it's all on me with the lease I had. And it was going to be so expensive to put that plug in that you need for the tanning.
Yeah,
bed. So I'm
it's
like,
very
no.
expensive.
So then we just started doing spray tans. I
Yeah.
got a spray tan machine, and
Yeah.
and I was really busy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep. The spray tanning is popular
Yeah.
for sure.
totally.
That's a weird salon business. It's
I know.
weird that we cross paths there, actually. I don't know. I was
know.
not super involved in that business, which
Oh
probably,
my gosh.
yeah, because I was working full time too. And
In the spray tan part of it, is that what you're saying?
well, no, I didn't do any of
involved
that.
in that
but
business.
no, I wasn't that involved in the tanning salon
Oh,
business. 'Cause
yeah.
my ex-wife ran it at the time.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
but
Yeah.
Yep.
It's awkward now. Meeting people, they're like, you spray tanned me once. And I'm like, oh God. Oh,
Gross.
I tried to forget. Oh my God. It's true. I would tell people it goes in one eyeball and it goes out the other. I won't even remember I spray tanned you next
I see too many naked bodies.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
we've known each other. I've known you.
I know.
I don't know when we really. I don't really remember like when we met, because we've gone to church together, and then you did my nails. We sang
I don't know
worship
either.
team.
So I think
I
we
don't
met
know.
because of the plays weren't you in some of the Christmas
I
plays?
wasn't in them. I would do like makeup and stuff though.
Oh, that's why maybe.
Did it go that
So
far back?
yeah,
Oh
I
my
think I
gosh.
met you at the Christmas
Christian
plays
Center,
at the Christian
Christmas
Center.
program days. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Because your parents were always like
Yeah.
way into those.
And my
Yeah.
brother built
And
all
your
the
brother,
stages.
yeah.
The stage that rotated, my
Yeah.
brother built that whole system
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah. And they were all in them.
yeah. So we.
And then I was in the last one. Selah was baby Jesus the year she was born.
Oh my gosh.
My nephew and her traded out whoever was least crabby because they were 3 weeks apart.
I loved
so-
those days.
I know.
That was so fun. Oh my gosh.
was.
Forever
Yeah.
ago. So what year would that have been? Like 2005?
I probably met you
Like,
because I knew you before I had Selah, I feel like,
Yeah.
at church.
weird.
So 2006 probably or 2007.
I forget we go that far back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's that far.
Oh,
But
Way back.
we probably
Yeah.
didn't get close until
No, yeah.
2010 or what year did
Yeah.
you get married?
Not till 14.
Oh, just kidding.
So it was
Yeah,
then
so
that you were
probably
doing my nails.
2010 or
Yeah.
11 or
Mm-hmm.
it's a long time.
I know.
It's a long time. And I used to
Mhm.
do your entire family's nails, so
Yeah.
that's how I met you.
Yeah.
Heard all the secrets about you. I know all the things.
All their bitching.
Oh my God. Bleep. Family show.
Mark is not PG.
You gotta keep people engaged.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. See, you heard all these terrible things about me from my sisters, and then you met me, and none of it was true.
That's the thing I would say about real estate and the salon life. That's the same. You honestly know so much drama about people and you hear so much, but you have to keep it so confidential. Otherwise you won't have a clientele.
Otherwise, you
But
Yeah,
it's
really,
like more
yeah.
so in the salon life, but I feel like
Yeah.
it's like that in real estate too. Like I know
Yeah.
so much dirt on people,
You do. You really get to know like the nitty
Yeah.
gritty of people. for
but you have
sure.
to keep it confidential. Otherwise people won't trust you. So
totally.
I have a lot. If only you could hear my thoughts.
Oh, so much going to my grave that I know about
Was
other
I?
people. That's always my joke is, or when people are like, man, you know so many people, and it's like, you'd be amazed what I know about them.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
really the shocking part.
Literally. I always wanted to. There was this lady that came out before COVID, I feel like, that did when Snapchat came out, she like morphed her face with that wide angle, and then it made her voice. She actually really has a really strong Southern accent, and it morphed her voice. And I'm like, I want to do that and like talk about all the things salon that people don't talk about. And I still want to do it with all the things real estate that people don't talk about. But then maybe people couldn't figure out who I was. But yeah, for a while.
They'd know.
They know.
Yeah.
But it's
Yep.
funny. There's so many stories. But anyways,
So, married. Who's your husband?
Luke Thompson. and
Okay.
he's a teacher at Linderman Education Center at
Okay.
the alternative high school. And he's been there this is his 4th year, so he's tenured now.
Okay.
So he's locked in
He's locked in. They can't
Yeah.
fire him.
unless he does something really, really bad, which no one does.
Oh, Luke, I don't know.
I know. I don't
Crazy
know.
Luke. Yeah.
I know. And I have a 14-year-old, almost 15-year-old daughter, freshman at Flathead High School. And she's a cheerleader.
Your little twin.
I know.
She literally looks just
Yep,
like
they
you.
look identical.
Especially now, I like see a picture. I'm like, oh, it's wait.
Oh,
is it?
wait.
Like,
I know, because now we don't have the same glasses, so you
Oh,
can
yeah,
tell she has
a little
clear frames. But yeah, since I've lost weight, there's a lot of people mistake us for each other.
yeah,
so
I can see
makes
why.
me feel good. I don't think it makes her feel very good, but it's fine.
You look just like your mom.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
That's
you.
exactly what I wanted to hear. Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
What else is there to know?
I don't know.
You've covered a lot.
I've covered a lot. real estate has changed my life for the better. I have more time with my family. I have better relationships with friends, with people that I work with too. And
you bought a house through Remax.
Bought a house through Remax, actually. Yeah, through
Isn't
Lori.
that what got you?
That is what got me here.
That's
actually
what got you here, yeah.
Lori Turner was my nail client and friend for, I think, 5+ years. And she was like, that's actually, so right in the middle of COVID, I just came back from the 8-week shutdown of the salon. I thought with the beauty industry that it lasts through every type of economy, through depression, recession. Gambling, alcohol, and beauty lasts through anything. But I didn't think that there'd ever be something that you couldn't touch each other.
Yeah.
So if I hadn't sold, it was totally a God thing, because if I hadn't sold the salon, I would not have had savings to get me through that at all, because I couldn't get unemployment. So anyways, Lori, when I came back, she was like, she's like, what are you going to do now that you sold the salon and stuff? And she'd never asked me that before, but people ask me all that all the time. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to just figure it out. And she was like, I'm going to write down on a sticky note what I made last month. And I want you to think about getting your real estate license. And that was in 2020, like August of 2020. So
let's be fair, Lori had a great month that month.
Yeah, she did. But she does pretty good.
She does really good.
Producer last
she
year.
was our top producer,
Yeah. So she
but
wrote
there's highs and lows. We'll just put it that way.
Oh, totally. She wrote down more than I made in a year with the salon and my nail business combined. And I was like, I know that can't be me for a while, because it takes you 5 years to build a business or whatever. But I'm like, I want to try. So anyways, she's like, let me introduce you to my boss, Mark. And I'm like picturing this 50-year-old guy. Like, she's like, let's do an interview. We went to lunch, and that's when I got COVID for the first time, actually, was at our lunch.
I gave you COVID. I was like, I got a little bit of a cough.
But good memories.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I show up and it's Mark. I'm like, I had no idea
and I'm like,
he was in real estate.
Yeah.
And
like,
you
it's
had already
you.
knew each other.
we already knew each
that's
other. So I
awesome.
immediately felt comfortable and nervous, because I knew all the, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Do I want to work for this guy?
You're like, do I actually want to work for them?
But that
That's
was
like the
best
trending
decision I
theme
made.
was people for a long time. They always are like, oh, I think it's this 50-year-old guy, and it's me, and I'm 30 years old.
Oh my gosh.
At least you have this now.
I know. I'm getting
helps.
close to maybe 40. Late 30s.
Oh my gosh. You do look older with a goatee. You look your age.
I look my age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
we'll go with that.
Yeah,
Yep.
totally. But no, it's the best decision I ever made. I'm happy.
I agree. It's
happy,
the best
happy.
decision that I ever made was
Yep.
was
Real
recruiting
estate.
you.
Oh, well, thanks.
You were the first person I
Well,
recruited, because everyone
true.
else had just been retained from the old when I bought
Yeah.
Remax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only had 3 people.
There was 3 others. Yeah.
And then
That's crazy.
she was the first one that
After,
you were like,
yeah.
I feel like you know Megan.
And
Or we were like Facebook friends.
well,
or something. You're
I
like,
told
"Do
you,
know
and I'm like,
Megan?"
hey, I have this other girl I'm
Yeah.
trying really hard to recruit. Like, I'm like,
He'd been Facebook messaging me. I was like, I'm not even going to respond.
Oh my God.
you probably thought I was trying to take you out or something.
No. Oh my gosh. Oh, you were married then.
I know. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to get you to work for me.
No. Oh my gosh.
Like, that guy from high school? No.
That guy from high school.
No.
But I could tell that you were watching like all my Facebook stories. Every time I was doing something on with real estate, you were watching. I'm like, okay. I'm like, she sees what I'm doing. I'm like, maybe I can, recruit her or something.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And so that was my Facebook has been my recruitment
So
tool.
I helped get her, because I was like,
for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't
Like,
get
I
I
wanna
couldn't get her
work
on
with
my
her.
own.
No.
no. Oh my God.
The truth
Couldn't-
comes out.
Megan will never
Yep.
lie to you.
Yep, she won't. No.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
yep.
goodness.
So it's have you ever seen the term? It's like the key to leaders is like the first and second follower. There's a video. I'm going to send it to you. It's the first and second follower, and they like demonstrate it at like a concert, and it's someone who's doing like all these crazy things at a concert.
Yeah.
And everyone's afraid to like join him, and then one person does, and they
Yeah.
start dancing crazy like he does, and then it takes some time, and then another person, and then next thing you know, the like it's a snowball effect, and then it's a whole movement. So the key to leadership and recruiting is the first and second follower. Those are your best. Those are your best tools. Yeah,
hi.
you were the first and second follower. Yeah, and then the rest
welcome.
just is like a flood.
That's
you can thank
true.
us later.
Yeah, you can thank us later.
I'm thanking you now. I'm thanking you now.
A lot of people wonder like why we're doing this together and why we're on the billboard together, because there's other people that work here in different things. But it's because we were besides the crew that was already here, we were the OGs.
The OGs.
And we were here, the three of us plus the people that have been here for over a year before more people came.
Yeah. So you were the OGs.
Yeah.
That's why we do all this.
That's why we do all this, because we were the three that were working in the office. Megan was working 3 days a week in the office too then, and your life has got busy in a good way since then. A lot more. Yeah. But we're like, what could we do together to be memorable and get us to stand out?
Before, like, it was literally just me it was me and Kim, it was Kim and I I was the only one at the office, and I'm like, how do I build my new company? Like, how do I get more people involved? And Joni and Lori and Margaret already had their own things going on and whatever, and they didn't want to jump in and do stuff with me. So I'm like, okay. Now I had people that were like, hey, how do we, let's do this. And so then we started, and now we can't stop.
Yeah, totally. Can't stop, won't stop.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now we have property management company together and all
absolutely.
the things.
So there's still plenty of room for people at Remax, and you can come and have your own team, and you can do your own thing, and that's great.
Or we can be one big team and do something all together.
Correct.
Yep. Totally. I love working here because it's like a family. We all care about each other, and not just right here. Whoa, hello.
Yeah.
Not just right here, but
and that's like, I mean, just like you all, like we all had the opportunities to be at other brokerages, but I didn't like the culture. And I was like, I didn't like the culture that anyone offered. And that's like, okay, how do I create what I want?
Yeah.
And it turns out what I want is what a lot of people want.
Yeah.
And it's working really well, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Got your best recruiter of
best recruiter
state of Montana. So
thank you.
For 2022. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
Your first and second
you're my best
followers.
You're my best recruitment help. Yeah. You're actually my best recruiters.
We try.
Yep.
Yeah. We don't get anything from getting people to work here. And I had to tell people that several times, but when you're happy where you're at, you want others to share the same joy. You
attract other people and share the same joy. Yeah, totally. Well, Stephanie, this is your interview, so is there anything else?
I didn't mention anything about losing all the weight, but
you should.
It's getting so long.
No, that's impressive.
But since March 15th, on March 15th, I had weight loss surgery. I'm not ashamed or afraid to hide it. I needed a tool to help me. But since March 15th, I've lost 150 pounds.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's so weird to think that was.
I literally lost
almost a year ago that we were in Vegas, and you were
prepping
for it.
Yeah, that's true.
I had to go and ask all the waiters for pickles for her because that's all she could eat.
Oh my gosh, you know that
all she could eat was pickles.
My true friends.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, Stephanie, this ribeye in Vegas is fantastic.
Last year when we went to R4, all I could eat was 3 Premier protein shakes from Costco. I had to do it for a month before surgery, and I did not cheat once because I wanted that surgery so bad. I just was at a place in my life that we went to Hawaii for Christmas. I went with my daughter. My husband got sick the night before, and COVID was still around then. And I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I went with my daughter, and at the time I weighed over 300 pounds, and I had to sit next to her on the plane, and she was 3 days later, she was limping, and she's like, I was like, what's going on? And she's like, I have a bruise on my hip. And I was like, let me see. And she showed me, and it's like a huge bruise. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, well, I was pretty squished on the plane. And I'm like, oh my God, my weight is affecting my family in ways that now I'm seeing, and I couldn't do stuff with them before. So I was like, I'm doing something now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I was like so determined when we went to R4. I'm like, I'm not cheating at all. So I was 3 Premier Protein shakes, pickles.
Yep.
I truly have good
Cucumber.
friends here, and my husband's amazing because I was like, help me.
Yeah.
Walking
As
21
we're all-
miles in 3
yeah,
days and like,
eating-
living off of
yeah.
600 calories.
And
was
we're all
rough.
eating like steak and
sushi and
We're living it up.
Chinese food.
all the things. But
And then what were you able to do this last summer? What hikes did you do?
oh my gosh. So I had a goal. Blake Passmore has been my friend since I was, and Kathleen, his wife, been my friend since I was 10. And he's hiked like all the trails in Glacier. And I'm like, if I lose weight, I said this to him years ago, if I lose weight, will you take me on a hike? He goes, you lose 100 pounds or whatever your goal is. I'm not setting a goal for you, but if it's 100 pounds, you let me know when you get there and I'm taking you on a hike. So I went on so many hikes with you this summer. We went to
We
Columbia.
did Columbia quite a few
But
times.
the biggest one was on my birthday, actually. On October 1st, I got to hike. They shut down Glacier Park on my birthday. We were planning on doing a different hike, but I was summited my first mountain in Glacier Park ever.
That's awesome.
So it was awesome. Yeah. And now hiking is my newfound love. I love it so
Nice.
much.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Well, we're proud of you.
Thank
Yeah,
you very,
very
much.
proud.
Thank
We've watched
you.
the whole journey. So
Thank you. The little things will never get old. Being
The
able
little
to
things.
not ask for a seatbelt extender in the plane, I have like that much on my seatbelt. I get to, hey. Yeah.
yeah, the little things, right?
Yeah, totally. And yeah, I have 30 more pounds till my goal, till I weigh what I weighed in high school and when I met my husband and all the things, but I'll get there. It'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm
You will.
excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun.
It was.
Yeah.
Get to, a lot of these things I already knew, but
yeah, it's true.
but it's good. It's fun to be able to share them publicly
Yeah,
and
totally.
highlight all the success.
Totally.
So,
Totally.
well, I think next week will be Megan. So
Yeah.
come
Can't
prepared.
wait. I'm excited because we'll learn stuff about each other, I'm sure, that we didn't know.
Yeah.
Correct.
No, we
Little
knew. I'm
things.
sure you guys knew most of that about me, but
I learned a couple new things.
I did.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
I learned
got
some.
little secrets, dirty little secrets.
We don't have to share those.
This is not confession.
No. All right. Well, thank you. Stay tuned for next week. We'll come back and we'll have Megan Saloy.